Hey everyone, this is Fuzz from Chasing Adventures here. I figured I'd make a video, do another update. The reason why hurricane season has been so quiet, well, there's a lot of factors in it. As you can see, there's one, two, three, four. All these systems have 10%, 10%, 0%, and 10%. So none of these systems I remember one of these was at 40. This one was at 40, then 10 or 20, and 20. There was one up here towards the Nanic. I mean, towards the, let me go here. Oh, come on. Yeah. So these, they might develop, but right now it doesn't really look like it. This one's got 30. Um, So we're watching. There's another factors in it right now. Reason why it's so dead out, and there's not really much of. It's not really busy like it has been in the past, as we have dry seeking air, and that's what's making everything. It's what dry seeking air is coming down. So it's just not. Hurricanes can't develop when there's dry air, and so yeah, this if you want to look down or read it. Um, about this. This explains why this hurricane season, why it's so dead, and why it's not so busy. You go down. Here's the name storms for this season. So yeah. Oh, let me go back up. And yeah, I'll show you another graphic why it's so dead out right now. Um, Hurricane forecast of 2024. There's some good names here. Um, there's just too many to name, but so yeah, just showing you. Okay, this is see this right here. It's very cool, very cold waters, and we've got very warm Atlantic. Well, the Caribbean and the Gulf and the Atlantic. The reason why it's so dead out because we have dry sinking air, and that's what it's making it to where storms can't develop. And so yeah, all this cooler waters. This is El Nino, not the female but the male, and we've got a very warm waters out here. So just because it's so quiet right now doesn't mean that the hurricane season's over. This means that it's just what September 4th. So when I'm recording this video, here's the this is the SST's temperature anomalies. See the darker red. Yeah, this is very warm waters in the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Yucatan, and the Gulf. And you got very cold waters right here in the Pacific. So that's yeah. Even though the waters are still warm, we've got dry, sinking air, and that's what's making it. It's making the moisture not be there. And this is vertical wind profiles in the Caribbean, western parts of Maine development region, which is the MDR. This tells you all these things. Um, go back up. Favorable, extremely favorable sea surface temperatures configuration in the West Africa. Monsoon very vigorous in July. August 4th, rainfall across this in July was well above average, indicative of northward shift monsoon trough and various westerly waves that which have shown to be favorable for active hurricane season. That shows you that. See, this is warm waters, cold waters, but this is favorable for tropical, possibly tropical development. And we also had, Hurricane Barry or Beryl. We also had Hurricane Beryl that may now fall in late June, July, February 6th, and January. Early season Atlantic hurricane activity has little correlation in overall Atlantic hurricane season activity. However, when this activity occurs in the tropical Atlantic south of 23.5 north, east of 75 point west, and often harbinger of the very active season, Hurricane Beryl was an extremely impressive hurricane, generally the most individual hurricane activity prior to 1 August on record. All seasons since 1900 with the hurricane in the tropical Atlantic prior to 1 August was classified well as above normal season. Noah's Now this shows all the different years when hurricanes happen. The average of these seasons produced 10 hurricanes as of 184. Several of those years were prior to satellite era 1966, and considered likely that hurricanes and ACE were unestimated. So this is a picture of that's Hurricane Beryl. And Beryl, this is a infrared satellite image of Hurricane Beryl as a Category 5 hurricane on July 2nd, 2024. Figure considerably of tropical templates. Tropical templates is the site that we use to look at the models and look at Hurricane Hunter data. Also look at satellite. So yeah, tropical templates is a good site. I use it all the time. Look at satellite models. I use it to look at the native recon data from the Hurricane Hunter. So tropical templates is a good site. So if you want to know about weather, want to look at models, tropical templates is a good site for that. And I use it all the time. It's a really good site. Recent quiet period for Atlantic hurricane season. Following Hurricane Beryl, the Atlantic hurricane season remained quite active, with 2 additional hurricanes, Debbie and Odesto, forming by the 14th of August. Only four other hurricane season in the satellite era, 1966 upwards, had 3 hurricanes by 14 August 1966, 1968, 1995, and 2005. However, since that time, the hurricane season has gotten extremely quiet. The Atlantic has produced no named storms formation since Odesto on the 12th of August. Only other time in the satellite era has the Atlantic not produced any named storms between the 13th of August and September 3rd. The other year was 1986, produced this pronounced quiet period, especially remarkable given the coincides with the time of the year when the Atlantic terminology gets very busy. Usually gets busy, like, and then we go from when we get into October, November, that's when we shift our attention from the Atlantic. We tend to pay more attention to the Caribbean, Yucatan, and the Gulf. The tropical systems, they tend to develop in the Caribbean, by the Yucatan, and also in the Gulf. So we shift our attention from the Atlantic to those areas, and we watch them. And we watch to see if there's any tropical development. So yeah, this is the peak of hurricane season between September 1st and October 1st, which peak of hurricane season is September 10th, and we're almost there. And so we'll see how, but usually around September 10th and usually September 10th is where we start to see a peak in hurricanes and tropical storms. So we'll see if that happens. Tropical cyclone terminology for the courtesy of NOAA. So the big question is why the season has gotten so quiet. We do not think that there is a straightforward reason. There are several factors in combined with likely to conspire the quiet season. Northward shifted moon sign trough, while the normally rigorous. Let me do this. So, come on. Oh, stop doing that. Well, it's not going to let me do it. Oh, well. While normally vigorous and northward shift monsoon trough favors an active hurricane season, Atlantic hurricane season, the current sea surface temperatures, conduction of a extremely warm main development region, which is the MDR, combined with relatively cool sea surface temperatures near the equator may help push the moonshine trough at too far north. Particularly if we look at low level zone wind anomalies during August, anomalies no level westerly winds extended north to I-20 to 20 point north, favoring the northward shift in the moon sign trough figure 9, while noted earlier, a northward shift moon sign trough is typically favorable for an active hurricane season. The moon sign trough has shifted so far north in 2024 that easterly waves are emerging over the colder waters of the northeast and then west of midterm, and then this far northern tract also brings down dry air from the subtropics, helped to squash deep convection in the tropics. The Climate Prediction Center, an African desk, has also noted a pronounced northward shift in the Pacific front in recent weeks. So that's why it's so quiet, because we have dry seeking air coming down, and it's not allowing for any moisture or thunderstorms to really to develop any tropical systems. So this is the sea surface temperatures anomalies over observed tropical and Atlantic sea surface temperatures anomalies figured courtesy of cyclone wets.com. Sorry if I butchered your name. Very sorry. Yeah, blue is warm, cool waters. The darker orange, that's really warm waters. So right here, this is Africa. This is where all the tropical waves come from. They come off of Africa and they move this way. These are still very, very warm waters. Let me go. This is the wind composite nominees. Observed August 925% zone winds across the tropical Atlantic, along with approximately placement of the moon sign trough in August 2024. Blue -9, relatively to estimate hurricane optional 9, white solid 9. So yeah. We'll see if we get any more tropical systems, but as of right now, it's so flying out there. So, sea level pressure over observed sea surface pressure anomalies in August 2024. It's associated no level wind flow across the eastern subtropical Atlantic. Come on. Come on. Mean westerly portions of I don't know. Oh, you can read that. Mean conjunction western portions of the intertropical front from west point 10 point west to 10 point east, Black 9 observed by in 2024, Red 9 examines the climate prediction center. Upper troposphere warning, as noted earlier in the Atlantic NDR, remains extremely warm right now, figure 12. A normally warm Atlantic favors an active Atlantic hurricane season via lowest sea surface pressure, sea level pressures, more unstable atmosphere, reduced levels of vertical wind shear, and additional fuel for hurricane formation. Additional extremely warm sea surface temperatures, upper ocean heat content is near record levels as well, with values close to what was observed in 2023 at this time. So, from a sea surface temperature, ocean heat perspective, the Atlantic hurricane season should be extremely active. Should be, but it's not. Okay, this is the sea surface temperatures. This is for September 25th, I think. Oh, I can't read that, it's so small. It's that, see, that it's very warm here in the Gulf, in the Caribbean, in the Atlantic. Over here on the Pacific side, which you can't see, but I already showed you the picture earlier, the waters here are very cold. You got very warm waters up here. So this right here is this is the MDR, the main development region. It's very, even though yes, the swamps are still pretty warm, but with all that dry sinking air, it's what's making it not to want to. Why would this have dry sinking air and other factors in the area right now? So that's why we're not getting it's not really acting like it usually would be. Next graphic is from oh shoot, sorry. Dang it, come on. Stop that. Weathermodels.com. So if you want to look at models, you can look there too. Ocean heat content in main development region. Observed planets upper ocean heat content anomalies dark red 9. 2023 anomalies night red 9. Visual years from 2013 to 2020 or 2022. Dark gray 9s in the 2013 to 2023 average blue 9. Oh yeah. However, you can read that. This is the vertical wind shear right here. The darker red, that's vertical wind shear. Oops, go back up. So you don't have to read that if you want to. Okay, observed vertical wind shear during August 2024. Further courtesy of NOAA. Recent unfavorable north-scale conditions from May-June observation. While the May-June observation was broadly favorable for Atlantic hurricane activity during the late August, it has since moved eastward and is now located over the Mediterranean continent. Associated with these phases has has been an increase in local wind shear that is currently being amplified by a tropical upper troposphere trough that is digging into the Central America Atlantic. Um, Highest the latest H-Wharf assemble forecast for vertical wind shear for the next 1.1 to 5 days, 6 to 10 days, respectively. Enhanced vertical wind shear would likely continue to suppress tropical cyclone activity for the next 10 days, with shear becoming more productive in 11 to 15 days. So you got, especially when you have up and level winds, which that's wind shear. When if you get a tropical system that's down in the Atlantic and it's moving towards the U.S. What those winds would do, those winds would push the cloud tops off the front of the system, like off the center of the thunderstorms, and it'll push it off the thunderstorms and weaken it. So yeah, that's why. We'll see. Hopefully, this will move back to the Atlantic side. So we'll not. I'm not hoping, but if that happens, if this starts to move over this way, and maybe it'll get active again. I don't know, but we'll have to see. I'm not hoping it'll happen, but this is the bulk shear, September 3rd, which that was yesterday, valid in at 12Z Sunday, September 8th. This is the vertical wind shear. I think this is the EPS model. Yeah, vertical wind shear is what will weaken the thunderstorms from the center of the tropical system. So when that happens, then the system tropical cyclone can't survive because all the thunderstorms will be pushed off of it, and if it uses the thunderstorms, then it can't maintain itself, and it'll fall apart and weaken, and so yeah, that happens a lot. There's another one, vertical bulk shear, 12Z, Friday, September 13th. Um, Forecast for vertical wind shear across the North Atlantic for 6 to 10 days. Currently are tropical templates, good site to use for models and other things. Yeah, see that? So right here, the blue, that's very, very light wind shear. The darker red, that's very strong wind shear. So it looks like the wind shear is starting to relax some. But we'll see what does the rest of the hurricane season have in store. Well, we'll see. So far, it has been a tale of two hurricane seasons, with the first part of the season being extremely busy, followed by extremely quiet. Are there any signs that the Atlantic hurricane season will get busy again, as noted in our recent released 2-week forecast? We are anticipating below normal activity over the next 2 weeks due to unfavorable Meridian oscillation conditions and relatively lack of tropical cyclone activity forecasted by the symbols, which that means the models. However, the Atlantic hurricane season does not end until mid-September. We still have extremely warm Atlantic extremely warm Atlantic and tropical Pacific that will likely be trending more towards El Nino, which is the female, as the season progresses. Figure 22 displays the current sea surface temperatures anomalies, while displays changes in sea surface temperatures over the past 2 weeks. The pronounced trade wind surge across the tropical Pacific has caused significant cooling in the central tropical Pacific, will likely lead to a strong upwelling ocean national thunder wave over the next few weeks. The most recent forecast from NOAA also anticipates a trend toward El Nino over the next few months. Typically, El Nino and warm Caribbean enhance late season storm activity due to strengthening of the Caribbean Central Atlantic. So we'll see that. Well, I'll be watching the Caribbean this year or this season. Well, operational October and November Caribbean forecast will likely call for an active late season in the Caribbean, given its two input parameters, ESO and Caribbean sea surface temperatures. As you can see how it's very warm here, the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Yucatan, the Gulf. Very, very warm. See this blue? This is what they were talking about. This is very cool waters out in the Pacific. So it looks like it's going to stay warm here, but cold there. But we'll see if we can get, if there's any systems that will, when the system develops, most likely will develop and move into the Caribbean Sea, the Yucatan, and the Gulf. Sometimes sometimes they like to sneak by. Sometimes they like to go up the East Coast of Florida on the East Coast. Sometimes they'll go up towards Florida or come towards us from the Gulf of Mexico. So they went from Florida to the upper Gulf Coast to Texas. Be on the lookout for a late active hurricane season, and I'll be watching that as well. Go down here. This SST change. And we've got cooler waters right there by the Caribbean Sea. Cuba up here. Doesn't look like it's really. I don't see any warm waters there now, but that'll change. Sea surface temperatures anomaly changes over the past 15 days. Sea surface temperatures anomalies have cooled considerably across the tropical central Pacific, likely driven by the reverse trade wind surge that is currently ongoing. So that's why it's not so busy. Zona winds, forecast winds from HWAR for the end of September. NOAA until probabilities issued August 2024. And the blue, that's El Nino. The red is El Nino, and the gray is neutral. So it looks like El Nino is going to come back, or El Nino is going to come back here very soon. That will most likely intensify our hurricane season. After the current enhanced vertical wind shear associated with thus conductive May and June oscillation conditions, vertical wind shear shall be considerably reduced across the tropical Atlantic from the second half of September. HWARF, which is the model, is forecast anomalies easterly shear across the entire MDR main development region for the later part of September, while the background background economically shares easterly in the eastern part of the basin, and all this background shear transitions to westerly as we move in later into September. Similarly, easterly shear anomalies across the entire basin means the basin becomes more productive for hurricane formation from a shear perspective. This is the shears. It's H-War forecast. One of the biggest issues plaguing the Atlantic has been monsoon trough being so far north than easterly waves emerging from Africa that are coming off at too far north of the latitude to reach hurricane productive conditions. However, the hurricane season progresses the commonality African intertropical front shifts back southward in September. Atmosphere stability issues should somewhat recruit, but I can't pronounce that. As we get later into the Atlantic hurricane season, come 90 surface temperatures and ocean heat content increase through late September, October, while upper level temperatures begin to cool. Ocean heat content in the main development region. So yeah, we'll see what this hurricane season holds. We'll see what happens in the future. We do not know what's going to happen in the future. We just gotta wait and see what happens. Please be um uh prepared, not scared. We don't want you to be scared. There's no figure mongering. I'm not making it. I'm not hyping this up. I'm not putting fear on people. And yeah, I just want to give you the most accurate information that I know that I have whenever I get it. I know I'm not good at this. There's some words I can't pronounce, but okay, that's fine. I'm still learning, and I hope to become better at this as I go along. This yeah. First, I want to show you this is the satellite. So you got one wave here, you got one, got two, got three. Got one up here, but it doesn't really have a name to it. You got one up here. Maybe this breaks off from this. It could develop and get a name. Never know. And so you got one, two, three, four. And got one in the Gulf, but I don't think that's going to develop into anything. So, yeah, those waves come off of Africa. Uh, so we'll see what happens with this hurricane season. I know a lot of people have been asking me what's going on. Why is it so quiet? Why is it so dead? Well, hopefully we'll know more soon. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye.